crushing it. I'm Ray of Sunshine. Glad to see you here with me today. Notice I didn't say, well, we're moving forward, kind of thinking about what's next, wondering about... No, crushing it. That's where I'm going with this, crushing this baby. I've been very patient. And if you've seen any of my before videos, you've heard me talk about this before, that I can't wait. Just like I can't wait to go where we're going, because that's the whole idea of this video presentation. Let me sum it up for you. Very simple. We're going from old world energy to new world energy. And that requires some patience, because if it was up to me, I would have been where I am now a long time ago. But sometimes you just can't rush things. There's a certain process. I'm out in this pine tree grove that I found a couple of months ago, kayaking out on this pond right here that I come to often to go kayaking. And there's this pine tree grove where, I've made many videos here. And I'm pretty sure there's not a single one of them that's been published. I've made lots of videos and none of them got published. The ones that did get published, all those before videos right up to now, are intentionally designed exactly the way that they're presented. It's set up to observe me going through this evolutionary process, this evolving, this emerging, and moving from my F section to my G section and crushing it. I was once a pine tree. I was also once a coconut tree, and I was an apple tree. The first time I dressed up as a tree was on my very first cruise. I was in my 20s, and this was the cruise line is not even around anymore. It was a small cruise line. There's like 200 or 300 people on board, maybe even less, as compared to thousands and thousands of people now in these big monstrosities. But this was a little comfy, cozy cruise line. One of the big events on the cruise lines, especially back then, was the costume party that they had. And so I went to the costume room. I looked around at all the stuff. There was nothing really that stimulated me. And I went to the island and I picked some coconuts and I picked some coconut palms, and I had them all attached around my body, and I had the palm trees all sticking up. I won first prize. I liked that idea so much that I tried it again after I got home. I went to another costume party and I went as an apple tree and I won first prize. And another time I went as a pine tree. I won a lot of first prizes. The only time I didn't win a prize was once when I went to this costume party, and this was at like a nightclub. There was a lot of people there, and I had this big styrofoam lump all around me and one around my head, and I was a boob, and a big huge boob, right? And so people were confused. They were looking at me and they're saying, "What are you?" And I'd say, "A boob." Oh, I didn't win any prizes for that one, but generally, all my life, I've been winning first prizes for lots of costume parties. Not unlike all the costumes that I have worn in this video series, going way back to video number 1, and there's a progression. You watch it, if you go back there, you'll see a progression of Ray of Sunshine. So the idea is to see the progression of what's going on with this ray of sunshine, and it's an analogy, it's a metaphor for what the whole world is transforming through right now. This is a two-part process, going back to the earlier videos, viewing or participating in the progression of Ray of Sunshine, which is your progression as well, and then sharing this video with some character who might not otherwise have the opportunity to discover different if it weren't for you. We are discovering who we are. And so, the point of my presentation is not for you to agree or disagree with anything that I say. It's for you to agree with you. Whether you agree or disagree with me or not is presented as a possibility for you to discover you. The sun represents eternity. If you picture this sun going up in the sky, going all the way around the earth, and then coming back to where it is in the position right here, that's representative of the eternity that we're heading into. Transitioning from the little chunk of eternity, the few 100,000 years or a few tens of thousands of years, or however it is that you want to view it, that we're coming from. And we're linking them. I'm not so sure if there's any such thing as too much happy, but my mission is to find out. I'm hoping that that might become your mission too. Let's make happy happen.